Welcome in Mathematics 9. This is Sir Michael, your teacher for today. And our topic is extracting roots. Our objective is to illustrate quadratic equations and determine the roots using square root method. Quadratic equation is defined as a quadratic function is any equation of the form f of x is equivalent to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. Always remember, in quadratic equation, the highest exponent is 2. Just exactly 2. Not more than 2, not less than 2, just 2. Where, now, let us define the word roots. Roots are the x-intercept of the equation and the solution to a quadratic equation. In a given graph, a curved line intersects and passes through our x-axis. The point of intersection is our roots, or the value of x is the roots of our given equation. Therefore, on each equation or in each quadratic expression, so there will be always roots. Either is it real number or imaginary. The number of roots are defined depending on the highest exponent of the given expression. Since we are talking about quadratic equation and the highest exponent is 2, therefore the number of roots are 2 because we are dependent on the highest exponent. Therefore, later on, we will be looking roots, or we are looking two roots on the given expression. So now let us define square root. Square root is a number x, is a number y such that y squared is equivalent to x. In other words, a number y whose square is x. Simply means we need to identify the value of x and the value of y raised to 2. In other words, for us to solve the square root of a certain number, we need to think about a perfect number. So if we're talking about a perfect number, it is a number which is a product with two the same number. Such as an example, a perfect number is we have 4. It is a product from 2 multiplied by 2. Another perfect number we have 9. It comes from the product of 3 times 3. And so therefore, we need to identify on recall perfect numbers for us to easily simplify a square root. So now let us have our first example. We have here x is equivalent to 36. So from here, we have x is equivalent to 36, and we have the word square root. Therefore, we need to square root 36. So using square root or square root 36, we will be thinking about two numbers that are the same. And if we multiply the two numbers that are the same, the answer is 36. Therefore, in here, we have square root of, ano kaya yung dalawang number na pwede nating maisip? Okay, so that's good. We have 36 comes from 6 multiplied by 6. According to our definition in square root, kailangan for us to simplify a given number inside our square root sign, dapat parehas silang dalawang number. Since parehas silang number na dalawa, so we can move them outside. So square root of 36 is from square root of 6 times 6, or simply x is equivalent to 6. Therefore, that is our value using the process of square root. Now, applying it in our quadratic equation. From here, we have x squared minus 49 is equivalent to 0. Always remember, square root method is applicable if we are given with x squared and a number. Now, to solve or to apply square root, first, we need to move negative 49 to the other side for us to have x squared is equivalent to 49. And after that, applying square root method, we need to use square root on both sides. In the left part, we can simplify square root and the squared, and the result is x. And for 49, we can have, think about two numbers that are the same. And if we multiply it, the answer is 49. So the answer is 7 times 7, or simply our answer is x is equivalent to 7. Therefore, that is our answer from x squared minus 49. Next, let us have our idea for square root. In square root, we have a property. So since we are done identifying the process on how to apply square root, so now let us add something, add another concept. According to square root property, if we square root, or if x squared is equivalent to c, then use the square root to c. Therefore, always remember we will be having two answers. One is a positive value and one is a negative value. Therefore, let us apply that in our previous example. Applying x squared to negative x squared minus 49 is equivalent to 0. Applying square root method, what will happen? It will become x squared is equivalent to 49. Square root both of them, it will become x. And always remember using the square root in a number. Therefore, we will be having two answers. Square root of 49 is 7. One is positive and one is negative. Therefore, our answer for here is we have 7 and negative 7. And also, let us just recall, how many roots are there in our quadratic equation? We have 2. Because the highest exponent is 2, therefore, there should be 2 roots. So in our example, we have our first root, 7, and our second root, negative 7. Therefore, that is our roots for this quadratic equation. Okay, so now let us proceed with our second example. So in this second example, we will be applying square root. And we will be applying the concept of simplifying square root. Yeah. So from here, so let us just solve the value of roots. Ready? So in terms of here, you can pause the video and try to answer it on your own. And after that, you can recheck if your answer and our answer in this video are the same. Therefore, congratulations, you get the process and you get the correct answer if we are the same. So now let us solve. So we have x squared minus 75 is equivalent to 0. Our first step is we need to move negative 75 to the other side. It will become positive 75. Applying square root method. So applying square root. So we need to square root both of them. Simplifying. It will become x is equivalent to square root of 75. So in this matter, so we have 75. So do you think 75 is a perfect number? No, it is not a perfect number. Since it is not a perfect number, we will be thinking a way for us to simplify 75. So kung hindi na talaga kayang i-simplify, therefore, we will apply square root property. But for now, let us just think about a way kung paano siya isi-simplify. So paano nga ba siya isi-simplify? We will be thinking about two numbers. One is a perfect number and one is not. And if we multiply it, the answer is 75. Ano kaya yung dalawang number na yun? So that's good. We have 3 multiplied by 25, where 3 is not the perfect number and 25 is the perfect number. Since may perfect number na tayo, we can move that perfect number to the outside. So let us simplify it. So it will become x is equivalent to, moving 25 to the other side, it will become 5. Then since 3 is not a perfect number, so it will remain as 3 inside our radical sign. But always remember, if we apply square root, therefore we will be having an answer. One is positive and one is negative answer. Okay. Question so far? And next, so let's go to the whiteboard. Our answer is we have 5, positive 5, square root of 3, and negative 5, square root of 3. So in this kind of answer, they are just the same, but they are different in sign. So we can just simply write it as like this one. One is positive, one is negative, and we have 5 square root of 3. Therefore, we can just simply write this simplified answer. So we have positive 5, 5, positive 5 square root of 3, and negative 5 square root of 3. Therefore, this answer is also applicable if you want to use this one. Question pa so far? Okay, so now let us proceed with our much complex application for square root method. Let us have this one. Always remember, as long as we have our squared and a number, therefore we can apply square root method. In this example, we have x minus 5 raised to 2 is equivalent to 16. As you observe, we are given with squared and we are given with the number 16. Therefore, let us apply the process of square root method in terms of here. So applying square root method, so square root both of the entire expression. So here, we will be taking x minus 5 as a group, therefore simplifying it so we can just simply remove the squared and the square root. It will be remained as x minus 5 equals. So for square root of 16, what will be the answer? So square root of 16 is, we have 4. What we will be applying the square root property, we have positive negative 4. Now, as you observe, we have x minus 5. Therefore, we need to move negative 5 to the other side. It will become x is equivalent to positive negative 4 plus 5. The problem is, we need to simplify our answer in the lowest term. And in terms of here, we have a positive 4 and negative 4 and plus 5. Therefore, for us to identify the two roots, we need to separate the positive 4 and the negative 4. It will become x is equivalent to positive 4 plus 5, and x is equivalent to negative 4 plus 5. Simplifying it, we have x is equivalent to, so 4 plus 5 is, we have 9. Therefore, this is our first root, and followed by x is equivalent to, so negative 4 plus 5 is, we have 1. Therefore, we have our positive 1. Meaning, we have two roots. One is positive 9, and one is positive 1. Therefore, that is our answer for this kind of example. Next, let's have another example, much more complex. As you observe, meron na tayong 2 nakatabi sa ating expression. Always remember, if there is 2 beside our parentheses with a squared, therefore first, we need to remove 2. So how to remove 2? So we need to divide both of them by 2 for us to simplify 2. So 2 divided by 2 will be removed. So ang matitira na lang is x minus 7 squared. Is equivalent to simplifying 50 divided by 2. So the answer is 25. Now, so in terms of this example, kaparehas na po siya ng example natin dito. Tama po ba? So you can pause this video and try it out. So on your own. And you can continue the video and check if our answers are correct. So from here, let us solve. Applying square root, it will become x minus 7 is equivalent to positive negative 5. So solving it, it will become x is equivalent to positive negative 5. Then moving negative 7 to the other side, it will become positive 7. Solving the value of x, we have x is equivalent to positive 5 plus 7. And we have x is equivalent to negative 5 plus 7. Solving the value of x, we have in the left part, 5 plus 7 is equivalent to 12. Therefore, this is our first root. And in the other side, in the right side, we have x is equivalent to negative 5 plus 7 is, we have positive 2. Therefore, this is our second root. Yeah. So, I hope nakuha po natin yung sagot and sana po nagkaparehas po tayo ng sagot. So, therefore, that is our given example. And lastly, we have our concept. Always remember, if we're talking about square root method is only applicable if we are given with the idea of ax squared plus c is equivalent to 0. If we're given with the ax squared and c, therefore, we can apply square root method. So, I hope meron po tayong natutunan ngayong oras na to. And please watch the other steps and other methods in identifying the roots of our quadratic equation beside square root method. That's it. So, yun lang po ang ating pag-uusapan dito sa video na to. So, thank you very much and see you in our next video.